Well, it looks like we are connecting to the internet. Andrew Greer, are you ready to meet the masses here on my internet network?
Yes, I
We
can't
are
wait.
live on Dinner Conversations. We're live on my Facebook, my personal Facebook. We're on Periscope and what's that other one?
YouTube.
Twitter. Twitter.
Yep.
We're everywhere right now, Andrew.
Literally.
Literally, and we've got things to talk to y'all about. So come on in and take a seat if you have a little time here at 11. What is it? 11:10 a.m. Central
Central
Standard
Standard
Time.
Time.
And Andrew is in Nashville, or where exactly are you, Andrew?
Yep. I live just south of Nashville in Columbia, Tennessee.
And I'm in Houston with my beautiful Houston backdrop. What's going on right there? That's weird. When I put my hand over here, look at. Oh, anyway, uh, so we're here today to talk to you. Pull the screen down a little bit. You're in the middle of the screen. You look like you're a midget. We're going to talk today
I am
about.
kind of.
What are we going to talk about?
Yeah, we're going to talk about our Dinner Conversations partnership, our season two sponsor, which is Food for the Hungry.
Yes, and we're so excited to tell you that for every donation, every dollar, first of all, our goal is $20,000.
Right.
And it's helping the people in Bangladesh and helping them in what ways, Andrew?
That's right. There is a group called the Rohingya refugees. They are having a refugee crisis. They're in Bangladesh currently, a people group, and they have been displaced. And so they have tons of medical needs because there's not enough room for them in Bangladesh, even though Bangladesh has provided a beautiful sanctuary for them. And so your money is specifically, your donations are specifically going to Food for the Hungry, who are spiritually sensitive people and practically able people to help with the medical needs of the Rohingya refugees. And what I think is cool, not just their physical nourishment and health, but their spiritual nourishment and health. So, and it's multiplied 22 times. That's one of the coolest things. So you give $1, it's like giving 22. It is giving
Exactly.
$22. Yep.
It is
You
so
give
amazing.
$1,000 and it's $22,000.
And these are real dollars. This is not
Yeah.
some imaginary, but they don't have Food for the Hungry doesn't have a big lump of money over here and say, hey, let's just pull something over on them. I mean, this is
No trick.
actual grants, right?
Grants money, yes. Various like USAID, people like that provide these grants for people as they raise the money. So it's still hinging on us donating our money and then it is matched.
And I'm so excited about this. I've been working with Food for the Hungry for a long time. And I see some of you are tuning in on Facebook and Periscope and Twitter. I'm an RN and there are needs for medical help there. And there are needs for that's from Jonda on Periscope. And Herb
Genre.
Johnson said, help, I'm in so upside down. Uh-oh. And Valerie Johnson, hi, Andrew and Mark. I'm glad you're all tuning in.
Hi, Valerie.
And that tea is marvelous, Tony
Isn't
Roberts.
anybody working?
Is anybody working today?
Yeah.
Well, we are, and well, if you call this work, it's a great cause. It is a
It
wonderful
is.
cause.
It is absolutely.
And aren't
And
we aren't we
did you
gonna
tell them about the big prize?
oh, for every dollar you donate at fh.org/dinner, every dollar not only goes to a great cause, but enters you into a drawing that we will have at the end of July. And that drawing will allow you and a friend, if you are drawn, it will allow you and a friend to fly to Houston. Now, is this anywhere in the world or just the United States and Canada or what? Do you know?
Ooh, I haven't read those rules.
We need to read the rules because someone asked.
Me too. I'll read them now. You keep talking.
Okay, so hopefully well, I won't say it till we know, but I keep, we forget we're international,
I
y'all.
know.
But so
You
we'll
are an
fly you and a
international
friend to
sensation.
Houston. You will be put up in a hotel, and you will have dinner with me and Andrew. And then we're coming back to my home where I record Mondays with Mark. Not record, broadcast. We don't record it. We record. Actually, we do record some interviews because they're easier to do. And that way, when I go live, I'm not so nervous about the interview. So that's
Nervous.
fun, huh?
Nervous? I can't imagine that.
Nervous. You know me, I get nervous.
It does not say that this is relegated to the United States only, so I would encourage all of our international friends to also
Oh,
give. They'll be entered into the
well, you
into the
better
giveaway.
have a lawyer run that over now, or run it by FH.
Okay,
Does
I
it? Does
will.
it say? I mean, you really think that's
It
the
is.
case?
There's,
Well, then donate, 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 and
yeah,
hopefully somebody in India who loves to watch us. You know, we have people watching us all over the world, Andrew.
it's pretty phenomenal.
In
It's
fact,
because you're an international
no,
sensation.
it's because YouTube and Facebook are international. And a lot of bad stuff may happen on those channels, I don't know. But a lot of good stuff can happen. And the cool thing about what we are doing is anybody can do this. Anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody with a phone that has a camera and a free YouTube channel can sit in your lazy boy now that you're retired and decide to share your wisdom with the world. And believe it or not, you're sharing it with the world even if they don't tune in. You know, they don't have to tune. Eventually, I really believe God brings the people who need to see it there at the right time. That's with dinner conversations where we have talked about divorce, we have talked about alcoholism, we have talked
Depression.
about depression. We have talked about racism in the church. We have handled some topics. I hope we've handled them with grace
I
and
hope so.
asked hard questions. I don't know how hard. I'm no Barbara Walters, but Andrew might be.
Well, I might be by Rogers, but you have a heart and you care about a lot of different people and different places of life. And I think that's the starting point for any of us is the willingness to have the conversation.
Yes, yes.
So,
So what we're doing today is just letting you know that we do have a $20,000 goal, and that really, in the scheme of things of the whole world, if everybody who watches just gave $1 over time, you know, I mean, the people, it's really, and it's good soil. You know, that's the thing. I will not be associated with anything that is not good soil. I want to plant my money, you know, because I've heard TV preachers, Andrew, get on TV and say, plant your seed. And they put their 800 number up there, but they don't ever talk about the soil.
yeah.
You plant your seed on Interstate 40, don't expect tomatoes.
That's the truth.
You better
This,
check out the soil, and where you feed the hungry, clothe the naked, help the sick, welcome the stranger. That's what the kingdom of God is. And where your money is, there your heart is. And
well,
I've been supporting this kind of thing for years because I believe in it.
and I've been on the soil. I've literally been in the Food for the Hungry communities and seen all the projects and how they work. And one of the coolest things that I love is that in each community, so if they're in Bangladesh or if they're in Nicaragua or wherever they're at, they are employing local people who know the local culture and who understand the most efficient ways to help and assist their neighbors in doing the work. So me and you, Mark and Andrew, American, Texan, Tennessean, aren't going halfway across the world and trying to figure out how to assist in their problems because we wouldn't know how.
Right.
So I think that's pretty cool. I did just
Yeah.
get an update, by the
What?
way, from Food for the
Okay.
Hungry. It is for, they said giving outside the U.S. can be a little difficult without a U.S. address. So the contest is for U.S., it's a U.S. contest. It is.
Only.
So you are welcome to give from outside the United States, but the contest by rules and regulations has to have a U.S. address associated with it, if that makes any sense. So it's
And so
basically a US.
Canada, too.
Canada, there's a whole nother FH, Food for the Hungry Canada, who does similar work, but is a different, because 501c3, the nonprofit status is a domestic thing.
I don't
So
know.
anyway, so U.S. people, give till your heart hurts.
And come
And
see me.
yes, and the rest of you, we love you equally.
Well, Linda Kissling says, hello, love you, Mark and Andrew. And Matt Woodford says, love you guys. Thanks for all you do.
Hey, Matt.
And Valerie Johnson says, I totally understand, Cindy. I guess she's talking to Cindy. What's going on with Cindy? Are y'all just talking amongst yourselves while we're up here trying to save the world? Pay attention to us.
Yeah.
I love that you pray for each other. I love that. That
Yeah.
this Facebook, YouTube network thing we're creating they pray for each other. And I know, and now I know their names. I recognize a lot of the names because Jill Conran, hello. Cindy Anderson, I see that name a lot.
Hey, Cindy.
Deborah Whitesell, there's Cindy again. I love this.
They're beautiful
And
people.
they're all right here. See, all the comments from all the different locations come into one stream.
I know. And you know what's cool is that today I got an update that we're almost halfway to our $20,000 goal. And we're almost halfway. We're at nine something thousand dollars. So actually in this broadcast we could tip it over past 50%. But what I think is cool, because I see all your names and you'll actually be receiving an email from Mark and me just to say thank you and that kind of thing. But I'm just so floored that you guys would partner with us and what we believe in.
Mary Lou DeBeer says, hi guys, sending you love and blessings from South Africa, Cape Town. Hello, South Africa.
Hey.
I've been there. I love babooti. You know what babooti is? Babooti is a dish they eat in South Africa. And when I was over there in 1981, I went with Ed Heinsohn from the school, from Liberty, when I went to Liberty. He was the preacher, I was a singer. We stayed in homes, and most of these homes made us babooti. And I fell in love with it. It's like a shepherd's pie kind of a thing. And and you eat it with mango chutney. Oh, I loved it. So hello, South Africa. See, it's all over the world. In fact, right now, I guess in South Africa, usually it's too late for them to watch Mondays.
So this is like is it evening time there now?
Is it evening time over there in South Africa?
I bet it is. That's cool.
It might be.
Or she's an early bird.
And then Heidi Lofton says, hey, I have family in Valdosta, Georgia.
Well,
and we love Valdosta, Georgia, too.
It's 12:21 p.m. in Valdosta.
Tea is delicious, Julie Haggard. And I just love this. Patty Killinger, hello. There's a name I know. Miss Piper. She loved the Piper books, and she just named herself Miss Piper.
Are you serious?
Yes.
No.
Yes, she did. How long is the contest for, J.C. Jacobson? KJ Jacobson wants to know.
KJ.
It ends
July 31st.
July 31st.
Yep.
We will have a drawing. Like right now, we'll go live. We'll do a drawing. And whoever that is gets to come here and be on Mondays.
So you'll want to donate by July 31st, and you can donate up to July 31st. We've seen some people can give $25 now, but they want to give $25 next month. And all that is still, every dollar that you give before July 31st is one entry. So if you give $50, that's 50 entries. If you give $1,000, that's 1,000 entries into the drawing. And for everyone who gives a gift of $1,000 or more, that can be cumulative until July 31st. So if you give $100 now and $900 later, as long as it's before July 31st. For those who give $1,000 or more, we have a VIP package that includes some stuff you may have, like some signed Mark and Andrew CDs and books, but also includes books from all our Season 2 guests, which are like Danny Goki, Kathy Lee, Amy Grant, and the two coolest things. We're going to design you a Dinner Conversations mug that has your caricature in between ours. So you'll get a Mark and Andrew sandwich on a mug for every morning's coffee. And Mark will handwrite your favorite line of Mary Did You Know, sign it, hand number it, and you can auction that off one day.
And like I said, when I'm dead, that'll be worth $2 or $3 on eBay.
That's right.
Bushman wanted to know, I'm always jumping in on the middle of the conversations. Blessings to you both. Well, Shannon, what we're talking about is we're raising $20,000 for Food for the Hungry through Dinner Conversations. Dinner Conversations, what Andrew and I co-host, which you can see all of it right now on Amazon Prime, or you can wait in a week and the next episode will be released on YouTube. But nevertheless, we have partnered with Food for the Hungry to help change the world. We not only want to have great conversations about the Lord and life and things that we really go through, but we also want to do something that's now and present and important right now. And this is helping the people in Bangladesh. And I love that because I don't really want to go to Bangladesh. I like that I can give my money, and those who are called to go can go, and we get the credit.
Yeah.
Well, we get some of it. We get to share it. We
Well,
do.
no, yeah.
I
And not only
believe
those who are
that.
called go to go, but those who are already called within the borders of Bangladesh, helping the Rohingya refugees. They're already there. We're helping facilitate their call. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
we got the money. They got the calling to
Hmm.
go. And we all, you know what? You don't need a call to go. We got a command. Go into all the world and preach the gospel. And we should all be doing it every day. And wherever we are. And those of us who have been blessed, and I have been blessed financially, I have been a good steward. I switched from a 501c3 early on in my ministry because I realized that this is not nonprofit, that I was involved in a cash cow. The Lord was blessing me financially from the very beginning, and I started giving because I had the desire early on to be a businessman so I could give a lot of money away. And so the Lord, when He called me to do what I do, I said, yeah, I'll do that, thinking I'd be sleeping on preachers' couches for the rest of my life. And so I formed a nonprofit because I thought I would be nonprofit. But from day one, the Lord, it was just like, my gosh, these CDs are selling. The offering might be $2, but the CD table was a cash cow. So I, early on, way before Gaither, way before anything, I switched from nonprofit to for-profit. And I pay taxes just like you do. The more money I make, the more I pay. And whenever I have to pay a lot of taxes, I thank God that I made that kind of money. But I attribute it to this. Early on, my daddy taught me to give. He would hand me a quarter before Sunday school, and he'd say, you're going to give this an offering to the Lord. Well, I was 4, and I would look at that quarter and think, the Lord is going to touch this quarter. It's in my hand now, but I'm putting it in here, and He's in the back counting the money. I thought. That's what I thought. But it implanted something in me to give, to give. And I started giving long before I had anything really to give. Because it's not the amount. It's the fact that you're giving out of the right spirit. You're not begrudging. Okay, Mark's talked me into this. Oh, no, don't do it because we talk you into it. Do it because there are brothers and sisters in need, and we are commanded.
I think we're asked to share, no matter what amounts we make, no matter
Well, that was a long
we
sermon.
do have to provide for our own needs through
Yes,
cash. But I do think we're
exactly.
always asked to share. You
Right.
know,
But that was a long, I never told that story before.
I know that's the first time I heard that one.
I know you've heard them all, haven't you? He gets on to me for repeating my pet
I don't get
lines.
on to you no more.
Because I do. I have certain lines that I have to say, like, when you wrap a flag around the cross, you make a moot point out of both of them. I've always believed that and always said it.
That's my favorite.
Where if you put a Republican flag or a Democratic flag on that cross of Calvary, you are making a moot point out of the cross and Calvary. Oh, wait, and the
And the
whatever that
flag or
is.
the country or
The
whatever.
country. I just believe that. Anyway, and of some others, I don't know what they were, but we're not talking about that today. We're
You got a
talking.
video for us today,
Oh,
don't you?
that's right. Yeah, I got a video for you to see why. Because every season with dinner conversations, like last season was
Project Beautiful.
Project Beautiful. Next season will be who we join because we want to. Every season should be a new project,
New opportunity.
new opportunity, and so this is why we chose Food for the Hungry. Why did we choose Food for the Hungry? I'll tell you why. I've known them for almost as long, well, not quite 40 years, but I've sponsored kids through them. I think I have 4 or 5 right now, every month. I get letters from my kids. I write them back. It's a wonderful organization.
It really is. I've been associated with Food for the Hungry about 6 or 7 years now. I first got introduced to them when Cindy Morgan, our good friend, and I were doing a tour called Hymns for Hunger Tour, where we would focus on the local organizations like community food banks and stuff, and then we wanted to focus on international relief. And so Food for the Hungry said, well, how about the work that we're doing in Nicaragua? They had just started their community development projects in Nicaragua, and our tour got to be the first people to help support them in that. And I remember what I was so impressed about Food for the Hungry. It was a smaller staff. They were more, I felt like more nimble or more agile in the communities they were working in. It was more than how can we feed them physically. It really was about how can we provide spiritual nourishment, and then as people understand their value, not just their value for the next day, but their value eternally, they begin to, what you see is, and I think this is true for all of us around the world, when I know who I am or my identity in Christ begins to evolve and blossom into the truth of who God says I am, that I'm loved, that I am valuable for all of eternity, that I'm created in the image of God, I begin to take care of things. I think I become a healthier person. Does that make sense? So these community of people who were trapped in cycles of poverty, as they begin to find their self-worth, they also begin to value things like hygiene, or taking care of their kids, or in education, all the things that we know are tied to a more healthy and fulfilling and productive life.
And I like the fact that they've made this a one-time gift, not a continual. Like have sponsored kids for years now, and it will go on for years, these that I'm sponsoring. But this is a one-time gift. And with your one-time gift, it will be multiplied 22 times. I love that. But I love that it's a one-time gift, because that way people my age who aren't going to be around for 30 more years, I mean, Lord willing, I'll make it to 90.
You probably will be.
Well, hopefully. But, you know, what happens if you make a commitment? If you're 80 or 90, you don't want to make an 18-year commitment, but you can make a one-time gift.
That's right. And the 22 times matching grant thing is phenomenal, because for some who are only able to give $20 or $50, to know that that has this incredible exponential impact, that literally that is equal times, get your calculator out, whatever you give, multiply it by 22, and that is the actual gift that is going to support the work that we are doing through season 2 of Dinner Conversations in partnership with Food for the Hungry to help relieve the Rohingya refugee crisis in Bangladesh. And
say that again, Rohingya. Can you say Rohingya? It's hard to say,
it is hard.
But you can help.
Rohingyan.
You don't have to be able to pronounce it. You can still help. You can't. Can you really pronounce it? Or Rohingya? Come on.
Rohingyan.
They should have named a town in Texas that Rohingya.
Do you even know what the crisis is, though? Do you know what the refugee crisis is?
It's in Bangladesh.
Right. So what happened is there is this group of people, Rohingya people, who have their own language, culture for historically. I mean, it's an ancient culture of people who were in Myanmar. Myanmar is a country that's next to Bangladesh. And they were in Myanmar for years, but because of persecution, discrimination, violence against them and their families, we're talking pretty horrific, extreme discrimination. They moved across the border to Bangladesh, who invited them in, is what I understand, and said, you know, we have a place of refuge for you here. However, Bangladesh is the size of Iowa. Iowa has 3 million people in it. I believe, Chris, what was it that Bangladesh has?
Bangladesh population 164.7 million.
And how big? It's the size of what?
Iowa. So there is no space. It's a real issue. And the even bigger issue, I think, is kind of the issue of identity as a people. The Rohingya people do not have a home. So I think Food for the Hungry, one of their main objectives is to help them find sanctuary. And of course, part of the sanctuary that Food for the Hungry has been helping people all over the world find for these decades of years is sanctuary spiritually. And I think that's
I love that.
The coolest part. So you can give at fh.org/dinner. That's the specific link that helps you partner with Food for the Hungry through our season 2 Dinner Conversation sponsorship. And we do have kind of a cool thing for those who are giving this season. And that is this special giveaway.
Grand prize. For every dollar you give, you are entering a chance. Every dollar is a chance to win the season 2 grand finale prize giveaway. Come on. And it's what it is. You get to fly to Houston, care of Food for the Hungry. They will fly you and a friend, or
That's
a husband, wife, friend, to Houston.
Take care of your accommodations.
Yep, that your housing and your flight. And then we will go to dinner. You and me and Andrew and your friend will go to dinner here in Houston. Then we'll come back to my house because it will be a Monday. And we will shoot Mondays, or not shoot, we do it live.
Yeah.
We shoot dinner conversations. We go live every Monday night on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter at 7 p.m. Central, and you will be my guest.
That's right. So it's a pretty cool, exciting thing. We have a lot of other cool things you can find out about at fh.org/dinner, ways that your gifts, we have some special VIP packages and things like that.
fh.org/dinner.
And the whole point of us even having a giveaway or gifts, that's not the purpose. We believe in the gift. We believe in what your gift is doing to make an eternal impact in people's lives. But we wanted to give something to kind of match your gift and your generosity.
Yeah, we're giving the best we got. You know, it may not match what you're giving, but that's all we got. Come to dinner, folks.
Thank you already in
Thank
advance
you so
for
much.
how you will give and help our neighbors in need.
And we are back. Let me turn you up, Andrew. I had you muted so we could talk during that commercial. Oh, now he's acting like he can't talk.
We are super thankful for all that you've already given. We are almost halfway to our $20,000 goal, and we still have 2 months to go. So I just want to say thanks.
Yes, thank you so much. We couldn't do it without you. And, you know, we're just thankful. Thankful that you give. I love giving. It's something I've done for years. Thank y'all for tuning in. Happy birthday, Patricia. Evidently, Patricia's having a birthday.
Oh,
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Patricia. Boy, there's a delay or something. Happy birthday to you. I'm grateful for the YouTube. I'm just reading some of these comments. Heidi Lofton, I like that. Sing if we can get Mark to sing to Patricia for her birthday. Well, I did it, Patricia, but Andrew was interrupting my song.
The usual, the chihuahua.
Well, thank you all. I guess that's all we got to talk about today.
Where are you going to be broadcasting Monday?
Yes, this coming Monday. Join me at 7 p.m. Central on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, like you found this today. We will be live from Virginia Beach, Lord willing, and the Wi-Fi works. So thank you, Andrew. This was fun.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, everybody.